Welcome to the Discourse Analyzer AI Toolkit, where articles come alive. You're listening to the audio version of our article. For the full text and an interactive experience, check out the link in the description below. Interact with any selection using our AI assistant to enhance your understanding. Let's explore.
Key approaches in critical discourse analysis, CDA, in the intricate weave of social fabric. Critical discourse analysis, CDA, stands out as a methodological beacon, guiding scholars through the dense interplay of language, power, and society. At the heart of this exploration are seminal frameworks developed by scholars like Norman Fairclough, Toon A. van Dijk, and Ruth Wodak, whose theories illuminate the multifaceted nature of discourse and its profound impact on social structures and identities. Fairclough's three-dimensional model meticulously unravels the layers of text, discourse practice, and socio-cultural practice, offering a holistic lens through which to examine discourse. Van Dijk's socio-cognitive approach zooms into the cognitive mechanisms underpinning discourse, bridging individual mental processes with societal structures. Meanwhile, Wodak's discourse-historical approach emphasizes the crucial role of historical context in shaping and understanding discourse. Together, these frameworks provide a robust toolkit for dissecting the complexities of discourse, each contributing unique insights into the ways language functions as both a mirror and a molder of social realities. 1. Fairclough's three-dimensional model. Norman Fairclough's three-dimensional model is a foundational approach within critical discourse analysis, CDA, that provides a structured method for analyzing discourse and its relation to social context. This model emphasizes the dynamic relationship between text, discourse practice, and socio-cultural practice, offering a comprehensive framework for understanding how discourse operates at different levels and how it both reflects and shapes social realities. Fairclough's model is instrumental in highlighting the multifaceted nature of discourse analysis, integrating detailed linguistic analysis with broader socio-cultural considerations. Fairclough's model comprises three interrelated dimensions: text analysis, description, discourse practice, interpretation, and socio-cultural practice, explanation. Each dimension focuses on a different aspect of discourse, yet all are interconnected, reflecting the complexity of discourse as a social phenomenon. 1. Description. Text analysis. The first dimension involves the detailed linguistic analysis of texts, which includes both spoken and written language as well as multimodal texts. This stage focuses on the description of various linguistic features such as grammar, vocabulary, cohesion, and textual structure. The goal is to identify patterns, structures, and strategies employed in the text that may reveal underlying ideologies, power relations, and social identities. This analytical phase lays the groundwork for deeper interpretation and explanation by providing a detailed account of the text's formal properties. 2. Interpretation. Discourse practice. The interpretation phase examines the processes involved in the production, distribution, and consumption of texts. This includes considering the context of the discourse practice, such as the roles of the participants, e.g., writer, speaker, audience, the purpose of the text, and the medium through which the text is communicated. This dimension bridges the text's linguistic features with its broader social functions, exploring how meaning is constructed, negotiated, and interpreted within specific contexts. Discourse practice analysis also involves understanding intertextuality, the relationships between texts and how they draw upon and influence each other. 3. Explanation. Socio-cultural practice. The final dimension focuses on explaining the relationship between discourse and broader social and cultural practices. This involves analyzing how discourse practices are shaped by and contribute to social structures, power relations, and ideologies. The explanation seeks to uncover the socio-political implications of discourse, examining how it reflects, reproduces, or challenges existing social arrangements and power dynamics. This stage requires situating the discourse within its historical, political, and institutional contexts, drawing on broader theories of society and culture to interpret the significance of the findings from the description and interpretation phases. Application and significance. Fairclough's three-dimensional model offers a systematic approach to CDA that is both comprehensive and flexible, applicable to a wide range of discourses and contexts. By moving from the micro-level analysis of texts to the macro-level considerations of socio-cultural practices, this model facilitates a deep understanding of the complex ways in which language functions in society. It underscores the importance of linking detailed textual analysis to broader social theories, providing insights into the role of discourse in maintaining and transforming social identities, relations, and structures. Fairclough's three-dimensional model is a key approach in critical discourse analysis, emphasizing the multifaceted nature of discourse analysis and the necessity of examining texts within their broader social and cultural contexts. Through its structured yet flexible framework, it enables researchers to uncover the intricate relationships between language, power, and society, making it an essential tool in the field of CDA. 2. Van Dijk's socio-cognitive approach. Van Dijk's socio-cognitive approach is a prominent framework within critical discourse analysis, CDA, that emphasizes the interplay between discourse, cognition, and society. This approach is grounded in the understanding that discourse is not only a social practice but also a cognitive one, where mental processes and structures play a crucial role in the production, comprehension, and dissemination of text. Van Dijk's work highlights how power relations and social structures are both reflected in and reproduced through discourse, mediated by individual cognitive processes. 1. Van Dijk's socio-cognitive approach. A. Connecting discourse, cognition, and society. Van Dijk's approach is distinctive for its focus on the cognitive mechanisms that underpin discourse processes. It posits that societal structures and power dynamics are enacted and perpetuated through discourse, which is both produced and interpreted through cognitive schemas and mental models. These cognitive structures are seen as the interface between individual language users and the broader social contexts in which they communicate, enabling individuals to make sense of complex social realities. B. Key components of the socio-cognitive approach. Cognitive schemas. Van Dijk suggests that our understanding of the world is organized into cognitive schemas, which are mental structures that help individuals categorize and interpret information. In the context of discourse, schemas enable individuals to process and produce text based on accumulated knowledge and experience. Mental models. A central concept in Van Dijk's approach is the notion of mental models, which are the dynamic, personalized, and situational representations that individuals construct during discourse processing. Mental models allow speakers and listeners to connect discourse with their personal experiences, emotions, and social understandings, playing a crucial role in how discourse is both understood and remembered. Ideological square. Van Dijk introduces the concept of the ideological square to describe how discourse tends to favor in-group perspectives while downplaying or discrediting out-group positions. This mechanism, rooted in social cognition, reflects and reinforces societal power imbalances through discourse. C. Implications for understanding power and ideology. The socio-cognitive approach provides a framework for analyzing how societal ideologies are internalized, maintained, and challenged through individual cognitive processes. By examining the cognitive aspects of discourse production and interpretation, researchers can gain insights into the ways in which power relations are naturalized or contested within society. This approach also sheds light on the strategies used in discourse to legitimize certain viewpoints, marginalize others, and influence public opinion and social practices. D. Challenges and contributions. Van Dijk's socio-cognitive approach introduces several challenges, notably the complexity of empirically studying cognitive processes in relation to discourse and society. However, it significantly contributes to CDA by bridging individual and societal levels. By connecting individual cognitive processes with broader societal structures, this approach offers a comprehensive framework for understanding how discourse operates within social contexts. Highlighting the role of cognition in power dynamics, it emphasizes the importance of cognitive mechanisms in the reproduction and contestation of power relations, providing insights into how ideologies are internalized and enacted through discourse. Informing discourse strategies. Understanding the cognitive underpinnings of discourse allows for a deeper analysis of the strategies used by individuals and institutions to exert influence and control within society. Toon A. Van Dijk's socio-cognitive approach to critical discourse analysis illuminates the intricate connections between discourse, cognition, and society, offering a nuanced framework for examining the role of language in the construction of social reality. By highlighting the cognitive mechanisms through which discourse influences and is influenced by societal structures, this approach deepens our understanding of the dynamics of power and ideology in social interaction. 3. Wodak's Discourse-Historical Approach. Ruth Wodak's Discourse-Historical Approach, DHA, represents a significant strand within critical discourse analysis, CDA, emphasizing the crucial role of historical context in the analysis of discourse. This approach is distinguished by its methodological commitment to incorporating in-depth historical contextualization as a means of understanding the ways in which discourse both shapes and is shaped by social realities. DHA is particularly concerned with how discourses contribute to the construction of social identities and the perpetuation of power relations, especially in relation to issues of racism, nationalism, and discrimination. 1. Core principles of DHA. DHA is based on several core principles that guide its analytical framework. Interdisciplinarity. DHA advocates for a multidisciplinary approach, drawing on linguistics, sociology, history, and political science, among others, to provide a comprehensive analysis of discourse. This interdisciplinary stance enables a richer understanding of the complex ways in which discourses operate within and across different social and historical contexts. Contextualization. A hallmark of DHA is its emphasis on the importance of historical context in analyzing discourse. This involves examining the conditions under which discourses are produced and received, including the political, social, economic, and cultural contexts that shape discourse practices. Social actors and identities. DHA focuses on how discourses construct social identities and the roles of social actors within them. It investigates how language is used to categorize individuals and groups, often in ways that reflect and reinforce social hierarchies and power imbalances. 2. Methodological framework. DHA employs a specific methodological framework that includes the following steps. Identifying discourses. The first step involves identifying the specific discourses to be analyzed, often focusing on texts or practices that play a significant role in shaping social identities and relations. Analyzing discursive strategies. This involves examining the linguistic and rhetorical strategies used in discourse, such as argumentation patterns, representation of social actors, and construction of in-groups and out-groups. Contextual analysis. A key feature of DHA is the detailed analysis of the historical and socio-political context in which discourse occurs. This includes exploring the background conditions that influence discourse production and reception. Exploring the socio-political implications. Finally, DHA aims to uncover the broader socio-political implications of discourse, particularly in terms of how it contributes to the maintenance or transformation of social structures and power relations. 3. Contributions and applications. DHA has been applied to a wide range of topics, including political discourse, analyzing the language of politics, especially in relation to nationalism, populism, and the construction of national identities. Racism and discrimination. Investigating how discourses contribute to the perpetuation of racism, xenophobia, and other forms of discrimination. Historical events. Examining discourses surrounding significant historical events, such as the Holocaust, to understand how they are represented and remembered within society. Wodak's discourse-historical approach enriches critical discourse analysis by foregrounding the importance of historical context in understanding the complexities of discourse. By systematically integrating historical and socio-political contextualization into the analysis of discursive practices, DHA provides profound insights into how language constructs social realities, identities, and power relations. This approach underscores the dynamic interplay between discourse and society, highlighting the role of discourse in both reflecting and shaping historical and social processes. Conclusion. The journey through the landscapes of critical discourse analysis, guided by the pioneering work of Fairclough, Van Dijk, and Wodak, underscores the dynamic interplay between language, cognition, and society. Fairclough's three-dimensional model offers a comprehensive approach that spans the intricate details of textual analysis to the broad sweeps of sociocultural practices, revealing the complex mechanisms through which discourse shapes and is shaped by social realities. Van Dijk's socio-cognitive approach provides a crucial link between individual cognition and societal structures, shedding light on how power relations are internalized, reproduced, and contested through discourse. Wodak's discourse-historical approach highlights the importance of historical context, allowing for a deeper understanding of discourse as it intersects with social identities and power dynamics. These frameworks collectively enrich the field of CDA, equipping researchers with the analytical tools needed to explore the nuanced ways in which language acts as a conduit for social change, reflection, and negotiation. Through their contributions, Fairclough, Van Dijk, and Wodak not only advance our understanding of discourse but also affirm the pivotal role of language in constructing the social world, offering pathways for critical reflection and potential transformation. Frequently asked questions. What is Norman Fairclough's three-dimensional model in CDA? Norman Fairclough's three-dimensional model is a foundational approach within critical discourse analysis that emphasizes the dynamic relationship between text analysis, discourse practice, and sociocultural practice. It provides a structured method for analyzing discourse by examining linguistic features of texts, the processes involved in their production, distribution, and consumption, and how these practices are shaped by and contribute to broader social and cultural practices. What are the key components of Fairclough's model? Fairclough's model comprises three interrelated dimensions: description, text analysis, detailed linguistic analysis of texts, focusing on grammar, vocabulary, cohesion, and structure; interpretation, discourse practice, examination of the processes in the production, distribution, and consumption of texts, including context and intertextuality; explanation, sociocultural practice, analysis of the relationship between discourse and broader social and cultural practices, including power relations and ideologies. How does Toon A. Van Dijk's socio-cognitive approach differ from other CDA frameworks? Van Dijk's socio-cognitive approach focuses on the interplay between discourse, cognition, and society, emphasizing the cognitive mechanisms underpinning discourse processes. It posits that societal structures and power dynamics are enacted and perpetuated through discourse, which is produced and interpreted through cognitive schemas and mental models. This approach is distinctive for its emphasis on the cognitive aspects of discourse and their role in social interaction. What are cognitive schemas and mental models in Van Dijk's approach? Cognitive schemas: mental structures that help individuals categorize and interpret information, enabling them to process and produce text based on accumulated knowledge and experience. Mental models: dynamic, personalized, and situational representations constructed during discourse processing, allowing individuals to connect discourse with personal experiences and social understandings. What is the ideological square concept in Van Dijk's approach? The ideological square is a concept introduced by Van Dijk to describe how discourse tends to favor in-group perspectives while downplaying or discrediting out-group positions. This mechanism, rooted in social cognition, reflects and reinforces societal power imbalances through discourse. What does Ruth Wodak's Discourse-Historical approach, DHA, emphasize in CDA? Wodak's discourse-historical approach emphasizes the crucial role of historical context in the analysis of discourse. It advocates for an interdisciplinary approach and detailed contextualization, focusing on how discourses construct social identities, reflect and reinforce social hierarchies, and are shaped by political, social, economic, and cultural contexts. How does DHA approach the analysis of discourse? DHA employs a specific methodological framework that includes identifying discourses, analyzing discursive strategies, conducting a contextual analysis of the historical and sociopolitical context, and exploring the sociopolitical implications of discourse. This approach is characterized by its focus on interdisciplinarity, contextualization, and the analysis of social actors and identities. Can you provide examples of topics analyzed using DHA? DHA has been applied to various topics, including political discourse, especially nationalism and populism, racism and discrimination, and discourses surrounding significant historical events like the Holocaust. This approach aims to uncover how discourse contributes to the maintenance or transformation of social structures and power relations. What insights do these CDA approaches offer into the study of language and society? These approaches offer comprehensive frameworks for analyzing the complex relationship between language, power, and society. They highlight how discourse reflects and shapes social realities, identities, and power dynamics, providing insights into the mechanisms through which language functions in societal contexts. Each approach emphasizes different aspects of this relationship, from linguistic features and cognitive processes to historical and socio-political contexts, enriching the analytical depth and breadth of critical discourse analysis. How do these CDA frameworks contribute to our understanding of social change? By analyzing the ways in which language constructs and is constructed by social and cultural practices, these CDA frameworks contribute to a deeper understanding of the dynamics of power and ideology in society. They reveal how discourse can both maintain and challenge existing social arrangements, offering pathways for social critique and transformation. Through detailed analysis of discourse practices, these approaches provide valuable insights into the potential for language to act as a tool for social change and empowerment.